about 8 years of weight. I was about 130 pounds heavier than I am now, and I did lose that weight, but I still didn't have the self-confidence as far as beauty. And so when my consultant reached out to me, and she told me that she wanted me to give her time to work on my makeup. She made me feel unique. She made me feel like I was someone. So I just want to say thank you to her because Mary Kay has changed my life.
I had severe acne all over my face. I was very self-conscious about it, and I would pound the makeup on my face every day before school. Then I found Deirdre showed me makeups that were good for my skin instead of bad and was increasing the acne. I'm much more confident with my skin.
I love her. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have found a new foundation.
Oh, yes. We held a Mary Kay party at our office, and I got to meet Kathy, and she's just a wonderful woman and taught us about makeup. I don't wear very much makeup, and so it was so fun for me.
A really great relationship with my beauty consultant. Yeah, she recommended me to a bunch of products that I love. The concealer, that's my go-to. I wear that every day. I love my Mary Kay beauty consultant. You just have a great time.
Yeah. I met Kathy. She was coming to my exercise class, and so keeping it fit, and that's kind of how we started this relationship. From there, it just kind of blossomed into this really great friendship.
I think one of the things I really like about Mary Kay with Monica, it's more than just a business for her. It's a relationship. We've connected from the beginning, and it's a friendship and it's a trust, and it's really awesome.
Yay, thank you for sharing that, Melanie. I will tell you guys, there's that fun makeover contest coming up, and we've got PCP or the Preferred Customer Program coming up. So, Melanie, did you want to share something?
Oh, it just occurred to me. Here's the love and connection person, and that's probably why I chose that video. But yeah, you know what? I just think we have that opportunity to be that person for someone. And it was a good lead into the makeover contest that we are having, because that was, I don't know if you recognized our own Kathy Calabro in there. That was a few years ago. She was one of her customer who was a winner. And so somebody is going to win this makeover contest. And if your customer wins, you also win $5,000. So very, very cool.
In fact, Melanie, why don't you start recognition? I'm going to grab some stuff I had laminated so I can show everybody. So do you mind starting real quick?
Oh,
actually, did I not record? Am I not? Oh, I am recording. We're good. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'll add myself there. Okay. Well, let's put in the chat the usuals. You know what they are: faces, sales, bookings, new team members, or interviews. We want to hear what you've done. So,
and especially if you did something this week that was outside your comfort zone, something that maybe stretched you a little bit, that would be super fun. So just type it in the chat and we'll share that. We'll have you share that in just a second. We'll also do a recap at the end. So we'll go ahead and cheer each and every one of you on. And I will tell you guys, follow-up, it is all about the follow-up. I decided this morning I was going to dedicate 90 minutes, an hour and a half to doing nothing but reaching back out to customers that over the last couple of days have either texted me or said, hey, I love that fragrance that came in the catalog. I have a couple questions or, whatever. And I followed up with them and I had over a $700 day just today, just following up with people. And I'm thinking, and then on Sunday, a woman scared me. She startled me because she tapped on my window and said, excuse me, do you have a card? I said, I do. And she says, I see your pink Cadillac in the church parking lot. I've been waiting to see who gets in this car. She said, I said, where do you live? And she said, I live in Green Valley. She goes, I can't find my consultant. I ordered product on the phone 2 weeks ago. Or she goes, no, a month ago. And she said, I can't find her. And so, and it just breaks my heart because somebody did the work and got her as a customer, but they're not taking care of her. So she said, how fast can I get product? So anyway, you just never know. So please type in the chat, like I said, your sales faces, team members, all that good stuff. So
yep.
Type away. So, if you don't mind, can we segue real quick to the makeover contest?
Sure.
Okay, so what I did is I went online. Now, the company gave us, I don't know if the company gave us this or who did this, but somebody put this sheet together that has all six of the looks. So what I did is these looks are great because it tells you what color to use on each one of these things, right? But then if you just give this to your average consumer, your average woman, they're going to go, wait, but where do I put this? So then the company also gave us these. So what I did is on the front is the look, whatever this one's called Golden Hour. Okay. And on this side, it's all six of the looks. So if they aren't sure what they want, I'm like, okay, well, she goes, well, I want to do golden hour. I go, oh, good. Now this tells them exactly based on color. Start this by sweeping this color on this lid. So literally when I this last week, we had 7 women at one table, all doing their own look, and I just gave them this card. I gave them zero instruction. They didn't need any instruction, which was great. So if you guys are getting groups of people together, this is like your saving grace. So I had every one of these looks. Here's cinnamon glow. Most of these are very minimalist looks. Here's champagne shimmer. So every one of these has a look, berry noir. So I just literally printed these all out. So on one side is all the looks. Then what I did, the one that I carry with me all the time is this one. Has the looks on one side, and on this side it says get entered to win a $5,000 Visa gift card July 15th through August 31st in person or via Zoom. RSVP to your consultant to receive your personalized swag bag. No purchase required to win. So I'm literally carrying this to the grocery store. Like I literally put this inside my purse. And I say, has anybody told you about this makeover contest? Because I'm determined to have someone local win. And they're like, no, what is it? And I said, oh my gosh, you need to be all over this. So I'm literally carrying this one with me. Because if they say, well, that sounds interesting, what do I do? And I said, oh, these looks. I mean, talk about basic. This one is 2 shadows and a blush. This is 1 shadow and a blush. This is 1 shadow and a blush. These are the no makeup look. And so I showed this, and the girl goes, well, I want to enter. What do I do? And I said, well, let's set an appointment. I got her name and number. So I just went online and I laminated these. These are all on In Touch, and these are on boards. So if you need these, I don't know. Do you guys know, did this come off of In Touch or did somebody make that? I'm
I'm
not
not
sure.
sure. I think I found it from you, so I'm not sure where it came from.
Okay, well, it's on board. So if you go to my boards, let me just screen share this super fast. If you go to boards and you go to the folder called Makeover Contest, you will see this one. It just says get entered to win, blah, blah, blah. This one says get entered to win. Now, this has got a hostess gift involved. So this one just says they get a gift. This one says you get a brush set and some free makeup. So you could use either one of those. This just promotes the $5,000 shopping spree. This one has the looks. And then these are all the individual looks. So I've listed each one of these on here. We made each one of these into a JPEG. So all 6 of the looks are in here. I will tell you, if you go to FedEx Kinko's, they'll have them run these on 30-pound paper because I had them just run, I didn't tell them, and they just ran on regular paper, and everything from this side bled through. So you could see these lines and all these colors on the lady's white face. It looked really, and the guy goes, that looks terrible. I'm going to redo these at no cost. I said, well, thank you. I appreciate that. But these are laminated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep using these through October, no, Diane, through August 31st, but I'm going to continue to run these all the way through the end of the year. Because these are 6 really basic looks. And it's so funny. I had 2 women last week in Martinez do the same look, very different coloring. It looked like 2 completely different looks. Like you wouldn't even know that these gals had picked the same look. But you guys need to send in the link. You're not allowed to enter their picture. They have to enter their picture. So make sure you send them the link off the Mary Kay in Touch website. And now keep in mind, so I'm doing 3 drawings. We've got the corporate drawing, which is the $5,000 shopping spree. Then we have a unit drawing. So if you are in my official unit, send me a picture, the picture that she's entering, and her first name, her last name, and her phone number. And then what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to have maybe 2 girlfriends and 1 guy come over and pick who they want as their favorite. So we'll have a unit winner, and I'm going to draw 2 of those. They'll probably win like a brush collection or a sonic brush and a gift card or whatever. And then I'm doing one just for my personal customers. So my customers are getting entered into 3 drawings, the corporate one, my unit one, and then the one that I'm doing for my customers. Does that make sense? So I would highly encourage you all to do the same thing. So, okay. So that's the hostess contest. Now this costs nothing to participate. And so the other thing I learned, a very valuable lesson, I'm just having you guys learn from my mistakes, is last week when I did this in Martinez, 5 of the 6 women, no wait, 4 of the 6 women had never tried Mary Kay before. So I was kind of trying to zip through the skincare quickly because we are still going to do all the makeup. And so what came across is, oh, I want to buy CC cream. I want to buy primer. I want to buy the eyeliner, not I want to buy the skincare. And so again, our emphasis really is taking care of their skin. That's like the most important thing. So what I'm doing now is we have 2 dates for Martinez and we have 2 dates for Elk Grove. So now my consultants in those areas are saying to their friends, oh my gosh, we're doing color on August 8th. So I need to meet with you to do skincare before August 8th, and then you can come to the color event. So they're making sure that they meet with them to do skincare first, and then they'll do color, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Because otherwise, the skincare is like, pew. It's like, wash my face. When do I get to play with the mascara? It's like, oh my gosh. And consultants, what I did is I literally just took these products out of my inventory, not the lipsticks, but just the cheek colors, the eye colors. Um, and then I let them just try them all. I just put them in a demo tray because you can always use them on you. You just break open your inventory and use them as demo. Okay, so Melanie and Lori, I don't know which one of you is going to talk about the preferred customer program, but this deadline is coming up soon, and I think it's super, super, super important. So I'm not sure who to say take it away.
Melanie.
Well, yeah, we're sharing this, but I'm going to start first.
Yes.
So here we go, and you know what? We don't need a spotlight because I'm going to share my screen. So as Diane was saying, you know, in the past, at least as long as I've been in Mary Kay, which is a little over 10 years, in the past, and I'm going to put this on slideshow. Preferred customer program, let's see, I need to make these go away as well. Preferred customer program has had a deadline of like the 16th of the month, and this time it's changing. So it's already open. It opened on July 1st and it's going to close on August 1st. So if you're thinking you have until the middle of August to do this, you don't. So just want to make you aware of that. So that is the first thing. And actually, I am at the end of my presentation here with this. So let's go all back. But I'm going to give you the top 5 reasons to enroll in the preferred customer program. And then I'm going to throw to Lori, and she's going to give us some of the technical details of enrolling. So reason number 5 would be, and your customers get a personalized lookbook from you with the sample enclosed. Now, Lori, you were going to show one because I don't know what I did with mine. I think I gave it to someone because I was running out. So can y'all see? I'm not even sure if you can see Lori, but
no, but that's okay. I mean, I
okay.
have it.
All right. Well, you can show it to us, but it's beautiful because it's personalized and it has your return address on it. So it's from you, and there's a sample enclosed. So that's the first thing. Your customers are going to get this personalized item from you. The number 4 reason would be it costs only 95 cents per customer. It's cheaper than buying the lookbook and mailing it yourself. And that would not even be including the price of a sample and the extra cost of including a sample. So only 95 cents. You cannot beat that. Number 3, you get early ordering. This is always my favorite part. You're going to have the new products on hand before they even go live on the website. And so when people, you're going to get to try them. You're going to get to demonstrate them on, social media if you're into that, and before it even goes live, and they can get them from you right away. Number 2, this gives you a built-in reason to call your customers because you're going to tell them, watch your mailbox. Did it arrive yet? Have you tried the sample? What did you think? I mean, it's always about, building that interaction. So those are the 4.
That creates FOMO too, Mel. When you say, "Did you love the sample?" They're like, "What is it?" Say, "I can't tell you." And they're like, "Wait, what is the catalog?" So I always send a picture of the lookbook. Like I take a really up close picture of the catalog and say, "Has it arrived? Did you love the sample?" And they're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, because a lot of times that's a really good, you want them watching for it because, you know, otherwise it might just get tossed aside because people don't realize what they've got there because there is a lot of junk mail. And then the number one reason to enroll in the preferred customer program is it connects you to your customers so they know that you are their beauty consultant. And Lori and I were chatting about this earlier, and she said, how often do we meet someone and they say, well, I have a consultant, but they don't remember her name. This is going to prevent that problem, and you will be seen and know. So I'm going to stop that screen share. And anyway, it's time for Lori to give us a demonstration of the technical parts of the preferred customer program. Let's see, I've closed all of those things, so I want to.
Yes, but you are spotlighted.
Yes, I was trying to remove the spotlight.
That's okay. So this is just, I just loved this one, especially. I mean, it probably shows backwards to you, or maybe it shows.
It's good. It's good.
No, it's good.
Anyway, I loved this one. And it says, get your beautiful glow on this spring with the latest Mary Kay products. Contact me to place your order and learn more. I mean, that's like you wrote it, but Mary Kay did the work. So I love, it's like a personal note from you, but you didn't have to do it. That's what I like. Okay.
And it's professional looking. It's not.
Yes. And I suppose if people want something that's, with your signature and scrawled, well, you're going to have to do that yourself. But, okay. So what I was just going to do, let's see. There might be somebody on here who needs this, but I am going to share. I don't really think we need sound, but I'll go ahead and. Okay, here. So I'm going to share this, and because I want to show you here. Okay, get these boxes out of the way.
There we go.
Okay, so thank you for your patience. Okay, so this is you all should recognize this in touch part. And what we want to do is go to business tools. And really, I confess, sometimes I've been in such a hurry that I just go, where do I go? I go to the preferred customer program. I click on that. Sorry. Thank you for your
patience. Make sure, Lori, you don't show any customers' information. Otherwise, they won't let us post this video.
Oh, great. Well, okay. Okay, so they're show, well, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so, okay, I'm just going to tell you what I do. I go to quick enroll. Now, this probably is going to show something, Diane.
So don't click on it. That's fine.
Okay.
So quick enroll allows her to just re-enroll everybody that she already enrolled.
And I enrolled last time. Now, though, if you need to put somebody in, then where would you go? You would go to enroll customers. Oh, there you go. Wait, enroll customers. And so then, of course, you want to type them in, and then they can be added. Oops. Get out. Help. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, thank you. Is somebody get me out of there? There. How about that?
Just do the back button, probably.
Back. Thank you. Back.
Well, there's no personal information, but still.
Okay. So anyway, you get a little bit of an idea. It's really nice because they show you the dates. They do show you the dates if you want. So anyway, so that's all you need really to know is just go to preferred customer, go to either create update customer list. You can quick enroll if you're like crunched and you want to get it. Sometimes what I've done is I've done a quick enroll and then I'll go back and just to make sure, because oftentimes if you wait till the last day, they sometimes run out of booklet with samples. So in order to make sure that at least some of my people for sure get samples, I'll do a quick enroll and then I'll go back and enroll the new ones. And I suppose if I were good, like Diane says, and do it as you collect them, then they'll all be in there. And all you have to do is enroll customers, which is right here.
And if you do have new ones, I think the create or update customer list is where you're going to add new people in. So,
yeah.
May I ask a question?
Please.
Because I know you ladies do the quick enroll and re-enroll everybody, but I have a ton of people on my list that I do not enroll each time.
Okay.
And I am wondering, when you enroll your new customers that are just on there, on the bottom of that page, does it have, as it used to, the number on the page that you're enrolling and the monetary amount? Does it update the monetary amount?
When you go to the end, it will tell you your monetary amount.
Yeah, I know, but it used to do it page by page.
I think you have to get to that. You have to.
Well, yeah, I know now you have to do next, and that it will take you to the end for payment. Whereas it used to be page by page, it had a monetary amount. But
when you switch from one page to the other page and you hit update, it'll take that and it'll tell you what your new total is. If you look down at the bottom, it'll.
But mine does not do that anymore.
Try a different search engine. So I found with Mary Kay, just go either to Safari, go DuckDuckGo, like try different search engines.
Okay.
Because yesterday I couldn't even get on the website and I switched search engines and it worked fine.
Okay.
So
yeah, because I went on the first day or two, and when I put on new customers, it didn't matter to me that I didn't have that update. And I went to hit next and it gave me the payment page. But then when I went to put in the bulk of my customers, and I went with my past sheet, selecting each person individually, and I didn't have that update. And then when I got to the last page, which was about 6 or 7 printed pages, and I hit next, it said, oops, there was a problem. And
Connie, with that kind of thing with the computer, you're always going to have sometimes glitches. So just kind of go with it. Give yourself
so now
time.
I've done one page and hit next. And but I was just wondering if anybody else had that problem.
So the other thing you may not know is you can get up to, I think, 200 names to appear on one list. You don't have to do them 10 or 20 at a time, so that you don't have to click through so many pages.
Yeah.
I prefer to do that because that way, I don't know, I would rather see them all at once.
This is a good reminder to another reason not to wait till the last day, because if you have questions like this, the company is incredibly helpful. And most of us know the number by heart, 1-800-272-9333. You can call.
I called and I asked and they weren't aware.
Well, like I said, if it's a small computer glitch. But one of the things that Melanie and Lori, was there anything else you wanted to share about the preferred customer?
No.
The only thing I was going to throw in to just icing on the cake is this is the fall holiday book. So they're going to have like 2 holiday releases. So this is going to be the first one that's going to have some holiday in it. The one major advantage is I can think of at least 3 years in the last 12 years where they launched something. It was so popular. Remember the fragrance files? It was so popular that within 12 days of them launching it, it sold out. Now, the company forecasts 2 years out. They think that they've got a handle on it. Sometimes they do not have a handle on it. And so by the time the first people ordered it, it came and they were like, oh my gosh, these are amazing. They showed them to four people bought it. They're like, I need more. They're already placing their second order because they got to order a week early. And the first people were just now, you know what I mean? The people who didn't do the preferred customer program were just now ordering. So this is a super key book. The other thing is that people will say to me, Diane, but I just facialed her last week. She didn't buy anything. Or she bought a micellar water. Should I put her in there? All a client has to purchase during the year is one eyeshadow for $8. Your profit on that one eyeshadow is $4. You can enroll her 4 times for the cost. So as long as during the year she buys one eyeshadow, it covers all your costs. So please don't have the dollar signs so close or the pennies so close to your eye you can't see the dollar signs walking by. It will absolutely have an impact on you. When that lady knocked on my window at church, she's been trying to get a hold of her consultant for 3 months. I said, do you get a catalog? No. Is her name or her sticker on anything? No. I said, I'm happy to take care of it. Like, I didn't know what else to say to her. So it's like, but the point of it is, though, is that if you're giving that catalog, Mary Kay used to tell us it takes 5 times more money to attract a new customer than to keep the one you have. So people like Pa and Magda and Janie, some of you who are newer, please, I don't care if you enroll 5 people, find people. Now I'm going to tell you right now, most people, you don't have their addresses because you're all like, well, I don't go to her house. I know where she lives, but I don't go to, I don't know her address. It's my aunt. I just text her or I call her. So now is the time to start texting everybody and say, I'm super excited. I'm sending you the fall holiday book with a free sample. What's your mailing address? And even people who've been with you for a while, I would say, hey, is this still your address? Or if you don't want to type in their address, say, can you please send me your updated mailing address just to make sure I have the right correct one? And if you're going to ask for their address, why don't you ask them for the month and the day of their birthday? Not the year, but the month and the day, because then you can start a birthday club if you're going to send it to them anyway. But when that catalog arrives, like Lori held up, that personalized one that Lori held up in front of the camera, when they get that, yeah, that one, that makes them feel so special because there's a personalized note from Lori in there that says, oh my God, I can't wait for you to check everything out. Check out the free sample, blah, blah, blah. So you guys, it doesn't matter whether you enroll 5 people or 250 people. You get the same early order privileges that Lori and Melanie talked about for just enrolling 5 people. So just find some people.
Plus, let me just add 1 or 2 more things. One thing, thank you, Diane, because it jogged my memory, is that I have heard queens of sales say that they attributed a big part of their success to the preferred customer program. They also said, don't worry if someone does not, and this is just reinforcing Diane's comment, don't worry if they haven't ordered, like they skip a time or whatever. It really, most of the people that I have heard speak in support of the preferred customer program say that they keep their people on for at least a year because, it's the repetition part that really makes the difference.
And so I would set your guys a goal. I would say, okay, so if today's Tuesday, you say, okay, by this weekend, my goal is to have everybody who's ever bought from me get their address that are new. And then maybe next week, it'll be who else do I need to add that's new, not my regular customers. You know what I mean? Like who have I facialed? And that's one of the reasons, perfect segue. I don't want to, Melanie and Laura, are we good? Can I segue to that? So that's the perfect segue to the 3-subject notebook. So we're going to listen to a Karen Reidel video right now. But remember, we're just to recap, this whole month, the whole emphasis has been on having a system, getting organized, and getting a booking. Because gang, without a booking, your business is dead. That's like a massage therapist with not one massage booked. That's like a hairstylist with not one client coming in to get a cut. That's like one baker with no cakes nobody's ordering cakes. You're out of business. Facials, parties, putting product on faces is what matters in this business. So with that said, Pa, do you mind coming on right now? Pa is a mom of 8, 2 girls, 6 boys. She's been doing a lot of mother-daughters and kind of reaching out to her teens. And so, Pa, do you want to come on? Congratulations, by the way, for having 5 team members. One of them is your third one is having her kickoff party. No, that's not yours. Never mind. But Janie's on here. Janie's kickoff party's in a week. So tell us, how are you booking young adults and what are you doing?
Okay, looking young adults. Yeah, so my daughter's going away for college and they've been hanging out with her friends a lot this summer. So I just suggested to my daughter, hey, why don't you have your friends come over here? She's like, okay. So I did a little sample text for her and I sent it to her and I told her to send it out to her friends. So basically the sample text just says, hey, my mom's in Mary Kay and she's doing the 30 days, 30 faces in the next 30 days challenge. Would you want to come and help support my mom? And then like most of her friends like, yeah, we'll come, we'll come. And after they RSVP with me, I messaged them back and I said, hey, when I did the pre-profiling and everything, I had told them, I said, would you be able to would you like suggest to your mom, have your moms come too, and just tell them that, we have like this anti-aging skincare line that, it's a hot seller, have your mom, see if your mom wants to come try it out too. So they mentioned it to their moms. And so I ended up having the friends and their moms show up for the party that I had last Monday. So I had like at least, I think there was seven people that showed up. So I just like reach out to my kids and I just like send them like samples text and have them reach out to their friends and see if their moms can come, even like the dads can come by too, so I mean anything works.
What I loved about what you did, Pop, several things. One is you just kind of took the bull by the horns. The second thing I thought was brilliant was you gave your daughter a sample text because no offense, but you never know what an 18-year-old is going to put in
Yeah.
text or what anybody's going to put in text for that matter. And so you said, hey, I'd love you to support, would you like to support my mom? She's doing skincare with Mary Kay. She's doing this 30 face challenge to do 30 faces. She'd love to know if you could give her your opinion of skincare, blah, blah, blah. And she just literally copy paste, copy paste. So you know
Yep.
exactly what they got the message. And then as they RSVP'd, Pa's like, well, why don't you bring your mom because your mom's going to be more likely to get you what you want, that kind of thing. And I just thought that was absolutely brilliant. Anything else, Pa, you want to say in relation to sending those texts out? Was there anything would you do different next time?
um
No.
I don't know. I think it would depend. Oh, but I did get one of her friends came without her mom. And she was telling me that, her mom works, but she knows it's hard for her to come out. So I did suggest that, I can go do a facial at her house. That way her mom can just be a part of it too, because her mom's really into skincare and makeup. And then that friend also she also had another friend that wants products, but her mom doesn't want to buy it for her, or her mom doesn't want her to spend her money on it because she wants her to save it. So I suggested to her that, I suggested the hostess credit, and I told her, we could always host a party, or you could come to one of ours that we are having soon and, bring some friends or bring your aunties, or someone who's older, and that way if they buy something, then, you can get something out of it. You could actually get the product that you actually want. And she was very excited about it too. And I also sent her a sample text as well. So
I think the sample text is key.
yeah.
The other thing is if the daughter's 18, you could say, well, you know what? If I come or you're going to come, bring your mom because you could both enter the model search. That way you have a much better odds. You double your odds of winning the $5,000 Visa gift card. And you could have a deal. Mom, if you win, you split it with me. And if I win, I'll split it with you. Because it doubles their chances. So, well, I'm excited.
I think having the daughter ask the mom is brilliant, because I think what mom wouldn't jump at the chance to spend time with her daughter? My daughter wants to spend time with me. I'm going, especially at that age.
Yep, that's exactly what I told Pa. I said at the age when your daughter's 16, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 and 20, if the daughter says, Mom, will you come to watch this elephant? The moms are like, I'll go. Like they don't even care what it is. They just want to hang out with their kid. And as daughters get older, they distance themselves. And so, Pa, I think you did a fabulous job. Congratulations. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so when we watched I'm drawing a blank, Karen Rydell's videos, one of the first things she talked about was having a 3-subject notebook. Subject 1, you guys can type this in the chat if you want. Subject 1 is everybody would love to facial. So when you meet the women like at church and she hands me her business card, before I lose this, I put it in my 3-subject notebook. Second thing is the second section is who you have facial. That's great because you're going to take that list and you're going to put all those people in the preferred customer program. And then the third one are who would you really love on your team? Most of the people in my section 3 don't know they're in section 3. Like this lady who's I don't know how many consultants she's already gone through, but I'm thinking she needs to be a consultant if she's lost that many consultants. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's section 3. Well, then Karen Reidel also talked about there's always 3 goals when you do a party. And please feel free to type in the chat if you know what any of the 3 goals are. Anybody remember what any of the, or shout it out. Lori, go ahead. Tell me what are the 3 goals when you're.
How many sets can you sell?
Exactly. That's goal number 1. How many sets can I sell? So are you showing the skincare in a set? Are you literally putting this, and I'll see I sold stuff out of this. That's a bad example. But are you putting a miracle set, pretend it's full? Are you putting one of these at the top of everybody's place setting? Literally taking your inventory and putting, you don't need to put their name on it if you don't want to, just literally put a full, with all the pieces, obviously, a miracle set in front of everybody or a box of repair. Are you selling in sets? Yes, the goal is sales, but the goal is really to sell in sets. So how many sets are you selling? What's the second goal, Lori?
I just have to say that I always say it's just like a recipe. If you make a cake and you leave out the eggs, are you going to get the same result? No. Okay. If you use the skincare and you leave something out, you're not going to get the results. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I just had to add that because
that's fine. So number 1 is how many sets can I sell?
Every single time it drives home the idea. Okay, right. How many sets can you sell? How many bookings can you get? Follow up. Everybody deserves a second session.
Right. So when you talk at your first, when the charcoal mask is drying, you show them this and say, I want you on the back of your profile card in that little pink section, I want you to write which of these 6 looks excites you the most. And then at the end, share that with me because I'd love to enter you in the model makeover contest. So you're already setting them up to get together with you again. And so you do want to make sure you see everyone 3 times. The third goal is who at the skincare class can you share this opportunity with? And I always say at every party, I say, you know what, you guys, I'm hoping that one of you decides to become a consultant tonight because I'd like to turn the other 4 of you over to them to take care of. Which is why my PCP enrollment, it doesn't really grow as much because I keep recruiting people and I give them everybody from their party. So that's not a bad thing. So those are some of the things that Karen shared about. Then she talked about, so let me share this next video with you. Hold on one second. We talked about the 3 goals. We talked about, so she talks about selling in sets. And this is really important. And I did give this out as a challenge last week, but it's a very short video. But I want you guys to understand because when I talk to some of you, and myself included, I'm not, you know, sometimes this happens to me too. When you come home and you have 6 women there and you sell 6 CC creams and 6 eye makeup removers and 6 whatever and no skincare. Or you say, well, I sold 1 cleanser. Okay, so when we have that happen, rather than get upset, we need to say, okay, what could I do different? What am I not doing that I could do different? So we're going to take a minute. We're going to listen to this video from Karen. And she's talking specifically about selling in sets because this is really, really important. And if there's anything on here, I can tell you guys, this is one of the most important things to do.
Welcome to Mary Kay Strong. Today, we're talking about the first goal at every single appointment, and that is how many sets can I sell? Okay, let's jump into this topic because you might be like, no, Karen, it's how much can I sell? Well, okay. I love a high sale party for sure, but I really want to focus on how many sets I can sell, like a miracle set, a repair kit, a roll-up bag collection. Let's talk about the strategy of selling a set. I love this. When people buy a set from you, when they purchase their skincare system, they're investing in a collection. They're investing in a set. And they're going to be way more loyal to that set than they would just a cleanser because they're going to feel differently on their face when they use the entire skincare system. It's something I'm very passionate about. I usually make a little joke at my appointments about who out there uses the Summa line. And they look at me with a blank look and I say, you know, some of this product line, some of that product line, some of another product line. And they laugh and nod because a lot of people do that. But you don't get the best results. When you're using one skincare system, the cleanser is created to complement the ingredients that were in the day cream, the ingredients in the night cream. Every ingredient of the collection was designed to complement the other products. It was created as a system. So it just makes sense that when you purchase a system, you're going to get better results because it was formulated to work together.
So we have to ask ourselves, you guys, are we talking about the repair system, the miracle set system? Are we talking about that as those pieces all working together? Because that is key.
So when they use the entire skincare system, they're going to get better results on their skin, which means they're going to be repurchasing that skincare system over and over and over again. Some of our best reorders are on our skincare sets. So for one, they're going to get better results. But for two, when somebody makes an investment into a set, whether it's a skincare system or maybe a whole roll-up bag collection, or even for that matter, a compact that's filled with a cheek color and 3 or 4 eyeshadows, they're going to be much more loyal to coming back to refill it because they purchased a compact with all of their favorite colors in it. They're going to be much more loyal because they purchased a roll-up bag collection filled with lots of products that they love and use and enjoy. It's very interesting when somebody purchases one eyeliner or one eye color. Sure, it is a sale, it's income, I love it, but they're very rarely loyal to that one eye color. But when they purchase a set, a collection, not only are they purchasing multiple products that work well together, but they're also investing in the company. They're investing in you. They're investing in their Mary Kay experience. And so sets, it's the way to go. So when I'm doing my appointments, whether it's virtual or in person, I'm talking a lot about that skincare collection. In fact, the first part of my appointment is so much about that skincare system because I want to develop skincare customers. Skincare customers are repeat customers. So sure, I'll sell a mascara. Absolutely. I'll sell a couple of eye colors and a lip color. For sure I will. But when I sell a skincare system, I am increasing the chance of that customer coming back over and over and over again because she's running out of the products that she loves that are giving her great skin. So I am really very aware during my appointments of how many times I'm talking about the miracle set, how I'm showing the roll-up bag collection at the end. I am helping my customers find that joy in the set, the purchase of the set. Now, can they purchase individually? Absolutely. But I know that my records show over the years that when somebody invests in a system, they're a much longer chance, or they're a longer repeat customer. And wow, they love my products. I have customers that have been with me for years and years and years that reorder that day cream, that eye cream, that cleanser over and over and over again. So I want you to be thinking about when you're doing your appointments, how are you promoting your sets? You're going to find that not only will it help build your business and your profit, but it'll make you Mary Kay strong. So make sure you go Vox your director right now and tell her you learned all about selling sets as the first goal, and tell her, ask her questions that she might have about, that you might have about how you talk about your sets, but tell her that you're committed to focusing on how many sets I can sell at every single appointment.
All right. So what was your greatest takeaway? What did you guys hear that maybe, and maybe you knew all that. Maybe there was nothing new for that. I know, I love it when she says, who's using a summer line? Some of this, some of that, some of this. So I literally had a gal the other day though say to me, she goes, well, I really need a good moisturizer. So I'm interested in the moisturizer. And she said, maybe the cleanser, but the rest I'm not. And I'm like, I said, so you want to buy just the cleanser and the moisturizer? She goes, yeah, I think so. And I says, well, what are you going to use for sun? Because she says, but I want to get rid of all these brown spots. And I said, well, then what are you going to use for sunscreen? Well, I don't know. What has sunscreen in it? I said, the Day Defender. Oh, so I need that? I said, well, here's the deal. It cracks me up when women say, I want to get rid of brown spots, but I don't want to wear sunscreen. I'm like, then don't. If you're going to do microderm twice a week and never wear sunscreen, that's like being on an escalator that's not turned on. You're not going up, you're not going down, you're in the same place. So she ended up then purchasing a miracle set. So was there any takeaway? I'm curious, Paul, I know you and Janie are both really new, and Deborah as well. Is there anything that you guys took away from that? Anything new, or was it stuff you already all knew?
Well,
okay.
I like the idea of creating loyalty to the sets, because like she said, they're not going to have loyalty to just a cleanser, and especially if they're using summer products. If they're just using our cleanser and using other things around it, then they may not have that loyalty to our cleanser.
Right.
But if you advise them that these products are made to work together and you're going to get the best results when you use the set, then they can build that loyalty.
And if your closing sheet isn't designed so that people get a better deal, so one of the times they always fall in love with either eye makeup remover or micellar water, and I said, oh, well, if you get a skincare set today, you get one of those at half price. And so it's just that little extra incentive. They go, oh, I was going to buy micellar water anyway, so sure, I'll take it at half price if I get a set. So for those of you guys, no matter if you're new or you're seasoned, think about who you have sold anything to. Like, let's just say, Paul, you had somebody last week and they bought Microderm. I would call them back and say, hey, Susie, I'm curious, what would it take to get you on a skincare system versus just the Microderm? Talk to me. Tell me, what's your nighttime routine like? Like, just talk to me. And so you can do that. So now one of the things that I'm going to show one more quick video of Karen is scheduling a second appointment, because I think what happens is we meet. So how many of you ever had this happen? You meet somebody and the whole time you're there, you're like, she would be amazing doing what I do. Like the second you meet her, she's bubbly. She seems to love people. You're thinking she'd be so good at what I'm doing. But then you're thinking, do I say something? Do I take the sale? Do I not say anything? Do I wait till she asks me? How many of you guys have done that? Like teeter-totter, like, do I talk? Do I not talk? Do I get the sale and then say something, or do I not sell her? So Karen's going to share this, and I think this is great. It's just a 5-minute video. We're going to show this really quick, but she's going to talk about how do you schedule that sharing appointment? Because how many of you guys would love to add more people to your team still this month? I would. So let's hear what Karen has to say.
Hi, welcome to Mary Kay Strong. Today, we're talking about that third goal at every single appointment you do. The first goal, how many sets can I sell? The second goal, how many bookings can I get? The third goal, how many people can I share the Mary Kay facts with? Oh, I love this goal. Mary Kay Ash used to say that at every single party, there was a new beauty consultant. You just didn't know who she was. So it's so important at that party that you do several things to make sure that you find out who your new team member is or who your prospects are. Because many a time, somebody will actually sign at the end of the party because they see you having fun, making money, and they want to be a part of what you're doing. But sometimes you have to layer and you have to at least schedule an appointment to share more about the opportunity. So let's talk about what that looks like during the party. Well, I'm going to be talking about my story at the very beginning. I'm going to be sharing a little bit about why I love the business, what it's done for me and my family, and I'm going to share that phrase that Mary Kay Ash taught us. Mary Kay Ash, our founder, used to say that at every single party, there's a new beauty consultant. I just don't know who she is today. So if there's something that you hear me say that you're curious about, or you have a dream you'd like to finance, let me know. And if I ask you to take home some information, I hope you'll take it as a compliment, because I get to select the women that I want to work with. So I say that at every party, right at the very end of my story. And then during the party, I am sharing the products. Of course, we're doing the makeover, but I am having fun and I'm looking for who that person is around the table that I would love to have on my team. At the end of my parties, I love to do what I call the $100 question. I actually have another video on that where you can dive a little bit deeper into that. But I have these cute little $100 bill slips that people can grab a hold of and write out their biggest question. That's what the $100 question is. If we only had 5 minutes to talk, what would be your biggest question about how my Mary Kay business works? So I go around the table at the end and I ask them to fill.
Did you all catch that question? How does my Mary Kay business work? Super simple. Write down on a piece of paper your $100 question, which is how does my Mary Kay business work?
It out to go into a drawing for a free product giveaway at the end of the makeover.
Ooh.
And I just ask them, hey, tell me, what is your biggest question about how the business works? And then I go to the next person and the next person. And I'm asking each person to ask me their question. Well, by the time I've gotten done answering 4 or 5 questions, I really shared a lot about the Mary Kay opportunity. And I've planted some great seeds. Now, just like all 3 of these goals, the place where I secure the closing of these goals is in the individual consultation. Now, throughout the appointment, I am laying the groundwork for how many sets I can sell, how many bookings I can get, and how many people I can share the facts with. But the place where all of that comes together is during the individual consultation, when I'm sitting there one-on-one with my guest finding out what set she wants to take home with her, when we're going to schedule her follow-up appointment to have with her girlfriends. And then the last thing I say is, you know, I was watching you tonight and you were so fun. I love your energy. I love your positivity, and you were so good at the makeover. I would love to tell you a little bit more about Mary Kay. Is this something you would just be a little bit curious to find out more about? And then if she goes, yes, I'm like, great, what's a good time for us to talk? And I'll schedule coffee or maybe even have the conversation right there. But if she says, well, probably not, I don't think so, then I just say to her, you know, I would just value your feedback, even if it's not for you. It's totally fine, but I'm always working to grow as a leader, and I would just value your input and your insight on the opportunity. And I'd love to give you any product at a 50% discount, any one product at a 50% discount. If you would just ask me a few questions, it would really help me, and it would give you some information in case you might be interested down the road. I'm not trying to convince her right there to sign up. I just want to secure the time that I can sit down with her one-on-one to answer her questions and to really connect and have that conversation. So anytime I'm doing an appointment, I'm always looking for that 1 or 2 or 3 people that I would love to have on my team. You know, I don't know if she's going to say yes or not. All I know is it's my job to tell her about the information so that she can make an informed decision. You can't make an informed decision unless you've been informed. So that's the third goal of every single appointment, whether it's a one-on-one or a party around the table or in a Zoom room. I'm always looking for those 1 or 2 people that I want to share more information with. So when I leave that individual consultation, I have already written up the sales ticket with what she wants. I've scheduled her follow-up, and then I've actually scheduled the date for our phone call or our coffee date. I actually write it on the top of the sales ticket, so she has it right there, almost like an appointment card. And so that's what I mean when I talk about how many people can I share the facts with. It's actually a firm date that we're going to have a conversation in the next 24 to 48 hours after that appointment. So that's how you.
All right. So tell me, what was your greatest takeaway from that? I loved giving like little like $100 bills and or whatever, and having them right on the back of it saying, you know, the $100 question, what's the one thing you'd love to ask me about the way I work my business, or how, you know, how our business works? And just see, because if you have 3 people there and they're all going to ask different questions, somebody who might not even realize they're interested might end up being interested. So Lori or Melanie, did you get anything out of that? Anything new?
I just like to emphasize the individual close. That's something that, you know, Mary Kay taught, the importance of that, because I think that's, you know, that's when you're going to, again, secure the close, secure the booking, secure the interview or the whatever you want to call it, sharing appointment.
I also found when I asked for referrals last week, and I had 2 of the gals, I told them they get $1 off of their micellar water I make room for every name that went on the back up to 10, and they could get it at half price. And 2 gals filled it out completely with 10 on there, so they got $10 off their micellar water. When one gal said she wanted to join, I said, well, she was thinking about it. She goes, well, I don't know, maybe I'll join. And I said, well, if you're going to join, I'm not going to text these people as referrals for me. I'd rather have you text them that you've joined, and you could invite them to your kickoff party. And she goes, really? And I said, well, yeah, I don't want to, if these are your friends and family, I don't, you know, it's totally up to you. I said, now, if you don't want to do this now, I'll reach out to them. But then it kind of gave her that extra incentive to like, well, maybe I should look at doing this. So Melanie, how about you? Was there any greater takeaway for you, or was that all old news?
No, actually, there was a lot that was swirling by me. But, you know, I thought just the way she gave a sincere compliment as to why she thought this person, you know, and I get to choose who I work with. And I'm choosing you because of this. And, you know, and even if you don't think it's for you, I would value your input. I mean, first she gave them, you know, is this something you would ever consider? Because obviously you want to start with the positive side. And if she says, no, not really, you know, I like that. I would value your input. You know, can you help me out by just asking me a couple of questions? So, you know, it's more about, you know, you're going to help build me as a leader.
Yeah.
And I think when we ask that $100 question kind of thing, I think it creates, then all of a sudden, guess what they're doing? It's like that stewardess or flight attendant thing where you say, I think you'd be great doing what I do. Just watch me during the flight. And you look at her like, you're a crazy lady. I don't want to be a flight attendant. But you look at what she's doing the whole flight, because she plants that seed. So I think when we ask those questions, especially toward the beginning of the presentation, and say, well, I'd love you guys to watch what I do. Who's got $100? While the charcoal mask is drying, you could say, everybody write down a question and I'm going to give you 2 tickets for every question to put you in the drawing to give away a free mascara, whatever you've got a lot of. But I think what it does is it gets them to kind of look what you're doing the whole party and going, well, God, I could do this. She's screwing up all over the place. I could totally do this. Doesn't have to be done perfectly. So with that said, I want to do a quick shout out. Pa, you did 8 new faces this last week. Congratulations, 146 in sales. So when I see those figures, I'm assuming you probably had some 18 and 19-year-olds, 17, 18 and 19-year-olds in that group. And go back to everyone else in there that didn't buy and maybe let them know about the special deals, let them know about the skincare specials. But congratulations on seeing 8 faces in a week, because that's like the magic number. I also want to go over some quick dates, and some of these I've had to redo the flyers, so I don't have flyers, but let me go in really, really quick to share with you what we've got going on super fast for the week. So Janice Trude, our national, has a workshop going on this Wednesday. It is not for guests.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry for interrupting, but did you want to cut the recording?
No, that's all right. Okay. So this is calling all consultants and directors. This is with Jillian Ortega, who is retired due to medical reasons, not because she's 65. Not that it matters, but she is going to be sharing. She and Janice will be teaching a class tomorrow at 6:00 California time. And it's going to be on how to stay focused and ways to make this year your best year ever. So if you really want exponentially a bigger year than you had the year before, I highly suggest you jump on. It is also translated into Espanol. Good luck with that one, because I know she talks fast. Then on Thursday, Terry Ned, Terry is funny, witty, corporate background. I can't remember if she's a nurse or an investment banker, but she's got some kind of a background that's amazing with people, phenomenal. And Janice is giving away 5 free starts. So if you've got somebody and you're thinking, just like what you just heard Karen Rydell share, you're like, you know what? I just need to have her on here just to listen. And say to her, you can have any one item at half price just for listening. Just listen. That's all I'm asking, is just to keep an open mind and listen. Okay, so then what I want to share with you guys is, of course, we've got the model contest. I'm offering free shipping as well as I think the other directors are as well on the 25th. But jot these dates down. So I will be going to Martinez on Thursday, the 7th of August, and again in Martinez Thursday, the 21st. So it's 2 Thursdays. So what I want you to do is tell your friends, by the way, I need to do your skincare before you go to those makeup events. Even though we're going to be doing skincare, ideally, I will still let them if it's only their first appointment. But if you can do their skincare before the 7th and the 21st, those are in Martinez. Then I'm going to Sacramento, not Elk Grove. Pa secured an actual beautiful commercial building. So I will be in Sacramento on Monday the 11th and on Friday the 22nd. So Monday the 11th, Friday the 22nd, I will be in Sacramento. Again, you can book those for any of those. Yes, Miss Melanie.
If you know anybody in the Central Coast area, San Luis Obispo, probably from Cambria down to Santa Maria, we are having August 9th, we are having a makeover event in downtown San Luis Obispo.
Oh, good to know. Okay, and all the
10 o'clock.
All the flyers will be done for all of these. And then I also want to do a quick shout out to Janie, who has her kickoff party on August the 1st. Janie, I bet you are so excited. And then I have a kickoff party tomorrow with Carissa with her group. She lives on an Indian reservation. So we're actually doing her kickoff. She's having a lot of the women from the Indian reservation come to her home, and we'll be doing her kickoff party tomorrow night. So went wine tasting and lunch. Oh yeah, I saw that text for you. Good for you, Connie, getting names and numbers. You know what, you guys? It's about just being prepared out there and having that kind of mindset of how can I serve others. If you didn't get a chance to hear the 6 o'clock training, it was on life is just on 5 basic needs. So I'm going to give you a challenge. There is another video that Karen offers. It's a great video, and the video is called, I'll show you the video. It's about 16 minutes long, which is why I haven't shown it, but it's really, really important. And it's called Booking the Follow-Up. And in my opinion, if we didn't do one thing this year, but we started nailing seeing everybody twice, like that's not an option. It's just like, I'm going back to the dentist tomorrow. Do I want to go to the dentist? No, he's an oral surgeon. I have stitches in my mouth. They didn't say, do you want to come back? They said, What day works better for you next week? Wednesday or Thursday? I felt like I was being booked for a facial. I'm like, Wednesday. So I took Wednesday. So when we see people, are we saying that? So there is a video and I will put the link. I'm going to share this with you really quick. It's Karen Reidel's video and it's literally called right here. It's called Booking the Follow-Up. It's 17 minutes long. It is a 17 minutes that will rock your world. I'm going to post this right now on our Facebook page. I will post it in boards, or if you were on the meeting tonight, I can text it to you. But your challenge is to watch it before tomorrow night and text me that you did. It's called Booking the Follow-Up. Okay. And then the last one we have to do is the in-person makeover. Now, I will share with you next week, Melanie and I will be I was gonna say Dallas. We will be in North Carolina at seminar due to Lori's health. She's not able to go. So Lori is going to stream next Tuesday night a bleep. We will have just gotten off stage. We will have just picked up diamond rings. It's our awards night on Tuesday night. Melanie will be picking up a diamond ring. I'll be picking up the same diamond ring. We're so excited. Kelly Magoon's picking up her first diamond B. There's a whole bunch of celebrations. So please do not miss. Next week is not going to be a long meeting. It might be 20, 25 minutes. We're going to give you some inside scoop, but do not miss. There will not be a 6 o'clock training next week. Right, Lori? You're not going to do 6 o'clock training?
No, because you guys are well, I'm attending, but virtually.
Right, virtually.
And it's the time, I can tell you the time.
And Lori, is it too late for anyone else to do virtual? I think it is, right?
Okay, so this is what I was going to suggest. If you want, I can't because I am